Dave, I own a bread route and it's not working out as well as I had hoped it would be. I can't see the forest from the trees. I can't see how I could possibly sell this business. I'm limping along. I'm in it 2 years now, Dave. What am I doing wrong?
This generally happens with people that are in the business that are new between a 1 to 3 year stretch. Sometimes you get ordered so much you can't see the forest through the trees. There are ways to get out of that and to see what is actually selling. The biggest part of your route is going to be the bread set or whatever set you have, whether you have control of that or you're dictated by a planogram. That's a question you need to ask or find out. If you have the leverage to put product where you want, that is one of the biggest things you can control, putting the best stuff at eye level and the lesser selling stuff at the bottom shelf or the very top shelf. Mm-hmm. How you build a set is probably the most important thing. They'll dictate stale and increase sales. And you want to try and reduce the stale and increase sales.
And one of the things that I think you mentioned to me that was super important was the relationships that you develop that make the business so much better.
Yeah, you want to, when you first go out there, generally in bread, your down days are Wednesday and Sundays. When you go out there on a Wednesday, which I advise, this is a 7-day week business. There are keys to buying a route that's close to your home or close to the depot. If you, in a perfect world, you live on your route where you can go out there on a Wednesday, get seen by the management, go out there on a Sunday morning, because that's when the money is at its highest, is Sunday morning on the weekends. When they see you out there on a Sunday, knowing that you don't have to be there, but you're there, it gains you so much in respect, credibility, and that relationship where they trust you, and it will equal more dollars and more equity in your business.
Any other pitfalls for someone that has that business but can't see that they could possibly get out of it in a lucrative fashion? I mean, sell it?
Some people get into the bad habits and they can't get out of that rut. And the longer you're in that bad habit, the more you're going to stay in it. And that's what 25 years of my experience can help you draw upon. But you have to trust it. You have to trust that doing something different is not going to hurt you. It should make it better, from my understanding.
When I talk to people that have worked with you before, Dave, they mentioned that you had a vision, that you were laser focused in terms of your 1 year, 2 year, 5 year plan. I gather you don't see that often in terms of other bread route owners.
No, some guys come in and they just want to deliver the bread and be done with it and go home. You need to look at down the road. You need to establish volume. You need to establish units, because that's what the bread set in the aisle is based upon. And if you ignore a certain SKU, you ignore a certain item, it'll possibly get deleted from the set and in essence cost you equity. And you really need to go all out in your set to maximize the potential.
Any other words of wisdom for somebody that's got a bread route that's limping along right now?
Even if you're limping along or you're flat right now, there are always ways that a different eye can see. And even if it's working for you, to come along and say, hey, how about we move this here because it's a better item or whatever. I mean, looking at a set stands out, and that could really help you, a different set of eyes on your business to evaluate what's going on. And 9 times out of 10 will probably increase it. And I've done that with management on my business. Generally, some people fear management coming out to look at a set to see how you're doing. But when you're confident enough in your product and what you're doing out there, I encourage them to come out and say, what do you think? Tell me if I'm missing something. Because sometimes when you're in it, you just don't see it.
And that's the advantage of having someone like you, Dave, is that you can really enter into this person's world and determine where things need to be changed, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily an overall of the business. It's a little bit, some people just need a little tweaking here and there, and it'll increase your profits, and you'll increase your equity enough to be happy.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, Dave.
You're welcome.